Hey there, loves. Happy holidays, season's greetings. I hope everyone is doing well. In today's video, we're going to be doing a brunch. If you guys are hosting Christmas or you just want some brunch ideas for you and the family, this will be a great video for you guys. So if you're interested, I'm going to be creating 3 amazing, very simple and delicious brunch recipes. I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to start off by making some egg bites, and I love egg bites because you can make these the night before and you can also store them very well in the refrigerator or the freezer. So first I'm going to start off by cooking down my bacon, and I'm leaving my bacon in strips because I find that it renders more fat if I leave them in strips versus cutting them up and then cooking them. So we're going to fry down our bacon, render off that fat, and then put that aside for something else. Now that our bacon is nice and crispy, you can go ahead and crumble it up in your hands if you want, or you can take a knife and just go ahead and slice it. It's much easier to cut once it's cooked anyway, right? Now we're going to work on our egg mixture. I'm going to be using 4 eggs, but you guys can use more depending on how many persons you're serving. And I'm mixing this up in a measuring cup because it's going to be easier to pour into our cupcake pan. I'm using a small cupcake pan, so 4 eggs does make a lot. But if you guys are using a larger pan, go ahead and make some more eggs. I'm seasoning my eggs. You guys don't have to if you don't want to, but I just use salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of chili flakes. And of course, a dash of milk. Go ahead and oil your pan lightly. If you have cupcake sheets, use your cupcake sheets. It makes life so much easier, but I didn't have any. But if you have it, go ahead and use your cupcake sheets. We're going to start by putting our egg bites together, not in any particular order. I'm just laying down the broccoli, then I'm going to go ahead with my bacon bits. You can add your cheese and then pour the egg on top, or you can just put the egg in and then add everything into it. Whichever way, it doesn't matter. All are going to come out practically the same way, but this is just how I'm assembling it. So if you want to follow the exact same steps, you can do that. So I'm going to pour my egg mixture in, and then we're going to put this in the oven at 375 degrees for at least 20 to 25, depending on how big your egg pan is. Not your egg pan, your cupcake pan. Depending on how big it is and how well it cooks. But just make sure when you stick it with a toothpick, it comes out clean. But I baked mine for about 22 minutes. And this is how it's looking after 22 minutes. Next, we're going to be making some French onion roast beef puffs. Yes, I said it. French onion with roast beef. This is so easy and so delicious. Trust me, everybody that tries this is going to love it. So I'm just going to start by dicing up some onions, and then we're going to add that to our skillet, okay? So into our skillet, we're going to add just a little bit of oil if you want, but I'm going to be using that bacon fat that I rendered. Do you remember that? Yes, I'm going to be using that. But if you use oil, make sure that you add just a little bit of salt to it. I'm not going to add salt because I'm using that bacon fat, and you just want to cook this on low until those onions are nice and sauteed and sweet. And it's going to take you a while, but definitely do it. Take your time. Don't rush the process. After they're cooked down, we're going to add our Worcester sauce with a little bit of thyme just to add a little bit more flavor to that. Then we're going to set it aside and start assembling our puffs. Now it's time to assemble our puffs, and I am using store-bought pastry puff. Yes, I'm using store-bought. I didn't make it myself. I could have, but I didn't. I didn't feel like it. So I had some in the fridge, so why not? We're going to start by laying down our roast beef. If you don't like roast beef, then you guys can use any other meat that you like, I guess. But I love roast beef. Hubby loves roast beef, so we're using roast beef, okay? So we're going to put down our roast beef into thin layers. Then we're going to go on top with some cheese. Use whatever cheese you like. I just had this cheese in the fridge, so I decided to use this. It's a mozzarella and cheddar mix, but you could use some Parmesan or some Gouda or whatever you choose, just add that on top. Then we're going to go ahead and put our onions on top. Now, if you guys want more onions than this, go ahead and cook down 2 medium size or 2 large onions. I did 1 medium onion because I didn't need that much onion in my life. Okay, but if you want more, definitely add more. Onions are delicious once they're sauteed down. So we're gonna go ahead and roll this up, and I'm going to put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes just so it firms up before I slice it. So after rolling this, I'm going to wrap it back into the parchment paper that it came in, rest it in the fridge for about 10 minutes, and let that firm up before slicing into it. Now that our puff pastry has firmed up just a little bit more, we're going to go ahead and slice those up. So I'm going to be using a bread knife to slice mine. I find that the bread knife doesn't smush it down as much, but if you guys have a sharper knife, you can use that instead. I'm going to be cutting mine into about 1 to 1.5 inch size pieces. Then I'm going to add that onto my baking tray with parchment paper, and I'm going to brush that with some egg wash. For my egg wash, I just have an egg with some milk, but of course you can use water instead. Then we're going to bake that on 400 degrees for a few minutes until it's nice and golden brown. I don't want to say too much time. I left mine in there for about 15 minutes, but because that's the dough that I have, so definitely watch it, and when it's golden brown, go ahead and take it out. And now it's time to work on my favorite French toast. These were so good. Oh my goodness. So we're going to start off with 1 egg and some milk. Season with your heart. I'm adding just a little bit of cinnamon as well as some nutmeg. And of course, I got to add a dash of salt to bring out those flavors and a little bit of vanilla extract. I'm using the bourbon vanilla. Delicious. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon and a half of brown sugar, light brown sugar, and I'm just going to mix that up. I'm going to be using brioche bread. You guys know brioche is that girl, okay? I'm going to be using that, and I'm cutting it into thick slices, okay? Because, thick girls, we need a little meat on the bone. So I'm just going to be cutting that into 3 thick slices. This is for hubby and I both. So we're going to be sharing this. And that's basically all we need, you guys. Like I said, if you're cooking for a bigger crowd, then definitely add more, but this is just for the 2 of us. Then I'm going to go ahead, soak that brioche bread inside that mixture, and to a hot pan, I'm going to add some butter. You can use oil if you like, but I'm going to use butter because butter makes everything taste better. And we're going to cook that down on both sides until they're nice and golden brown. Right as your French toast is done cooking, you want to go ahead and put it into your cinnamon sugar mix and dust everywhere. Dust all the sides, the corners, just dust it really, really good. I also made some glaze to go with this and topped it with some strawberries. And oh my goodness, so good. I hope you guys try these recipes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We also had us a little bit of prosecco with some cranberry juice and orange juice, which brunch and prosecco are just best friends. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe if you have not, and I will see you guys in my next one.